All right, for those of you joining us, it has been a myriad of technical difficulties. At least we've had video up here for the second period. Did not have audio for that last little bit, but you did have replay, so hopefully you saw the two goals in slow motion. We'll get to them probably between the periods as well. But if you're joining, you've got Chris Larson on camera, Andrew Nelson giving play-by-play. And we're going to go into the third power play, so I'll talk a lot of the details that I already have, but you guys couldn't hear me at home. So 6:25 to play, third power play. The Fusion are 2 for 2 on their power play thus far. Same lineup. We have Harvey setting up as quarterback with flanked by, oh, nice. Case in point. There's a setup and why they're so effective. So they came into the game 42.4%, which is just an astronomical power play efficiency percentage. And they have been 2 for 2 on the day, and you kind of see why. Once Harvey and Larson get cooking, they have, and Barris for that matter, Barris scored that last goal. They really use the three of them down low to spread apart the penalty kill defense that likes to set up as a box. And when they're moving the puck quickly, it makes a world of difference. So as Harvey, she's looking for options with Larson and Barris are the first options. She kicks it out high to Hattie Van Rance, unable to collect it. Cap City player, good hustle play, but Van Rance quick to shut that down. Minute 8 to play here in this power play. Oh, nice. Oh, right there. That would have been a great little razzle-dazzle. 2-pass and hits Barris coming down the opposite side, which is oftentimes open. And good keep there by Van Rance. She sends it down around the boards. It's going to go over to Barris's corner. And Harvey up front, point-blank range. And Larson saw an opportunity just a half second late when that puck came loose. So 38 to play here in the power play. And Caps are going. Oh, there was an opportunity to get that pass up. Caps swapped all 4 players, and we had possession of the puck. We just didn't see the pass. And again, that's what you're really looking for as you see play from JV up to varsity and then good teams to that next level. Those moments are windows of opportunity of transitioning. And they're all growing. You've got to see when it's happening and have the puck to do something with it. So we have 7 seconds to play on this power play. Doesn't look like we're going to convert on this one. So throw the towel in. Now we are at full strength. So this is that one danger zone. Player comes out of the box, and everything's good. So we are back to full-strength hockey, and that is Audrey Gulick. Tries to press ahead to Ronning. And Ronning's pass gets, or the Caps' pass gets knocked down by players on the bench. Oh, that was a big takeout. Withers comes downhill, and McKenna Schultz and number 32 there. Pretty solid collision. Off the puck. They just on the same line and collided. Nothing was called. Pretty solid hit, though. But that said, we have 3:58 to play, 3-1 lead. Shots are pretty heavily favored towards the Fusion at 18-1. So the team defense has been alive and well. Puck out to Nelson. She drops, tries to get something on net, doesn't get through the traffic. Dexheimer pops it out. So we have Dexheimer, Liliana Lansing. She drops it back to Dexheimer, and she's joined by Lacey Knowles as she's pushed off the puck. And Lansing applying some back check pressure. Nicely done. Pellinger does a good job keeping at the blue line. By all means necessary, I think she kicked that last puck, and that's perfectly legal. From out there, you just can't kick it into the net. Lansing sees an opportunity coming down the slot, gets a shot up off the goalie's blocker side. So Pellinger here and Nelson in good defensive position as the Cougars try to cross neutral zone. Nelson's able to pick the pocket and get the puck out of the zone. Lansing comes up through the neutral zone. She bumps it ahead to Dexheimer as they go for a change. Dexheimer applying some pressure. Oh, as the Fuse get a change. And good back check there by Pellinger. She picks the pocket, and she's going to take it down, try to generate some offense. Centers And that's Withers coming through the middle as loose puck comes out to the neutral zone, and the Fusion have to tag up, get back onside. So you have the Rutten, Ronning, and Withers line out there. Defensively, that's Hattie Van Ranst in pursuit. She has Kaylee Barris as her defensive partner. And let's see what happens here. Withers bumps it up against the far side boards. She's trying to get some clear ice, gains the zone, but not without trouble. She gets it into the far corner, which is going to be enough to get a good change of all new set of forwards. So that's McKenna Schultz applying immediate pressure. And they have Emma Larson playing offense. So this is close to the power play line in that regard. But you have Esme Harvey playing center, flanked by Emma Larson and McKenna Schultz. McKenna Schultz leading the charge. Here we go. She's going to have a good look here. She goes, first shot attempt, blocked, defended nicely by the goalie. Good look and good defense. At a scrum here on the near side corner. Emma Larson comes away with it. Nice quick shot, low. Have mentioned it multiple times this year. Love that shot. She doesn't need much room, and that thing comes out quick. In that case, just a tight angle, low, and it hit the goalie in the pads, easy cover. So 1:16 to play here in the second. We have Harvey joined by Larson and Schultz with Gulick and Larimore in defense. And the Cougars are bringing on a couple more players to include their center. Little late getting there, and the referee's like, okay, you're here. I'm dropping the puck. All right, so Larson fighting for the puck, and it comes out to, that's Larimore. She gets a shot towards the net, deflected wide, and the Fusion forecheck goes to work, but they're going to, well, they reverse it right back to the Fusion. Fusion out to Larson. Larson, to Harvey again. Nice stick work, good passing in traffic. Gets a nice open look there. 44 to play as Cougars just can't get anything through the neutral zone here late in the second. And Harvey's applying good pressure as we get a couple more forwards out there. Lacey Knowles comes through, tries to get a shot off. That's a bouncing puck, dangerous, as Liliana Lansing tries to get there, bumps it out. Cougars transition coming through the neutral zone, and Addison Larimore's not having it. Shuts that down before anything gets started. 13 to play. Can Dexheimer get anything going? She looks to bump it back, and that will probably do it. 7 seconds. And we are going to head to, this will not be intermission. So they clean the ice between the first and second. So we're going to have a 2-minute replay here. Or, I'm sorry, 2-minute break. And I'm going to replay two of the goals that we have. I can't remember who had who. There's been a lot going on today. So this first one, this is Dexheimer. She's coming down. She was in defensive spot. She's going to cut to the middle, rip over near side. I'm pretty sure that was Dexheimer. And our next goal is going to be the power play setup. And you're going to see this get kicked out to the right side of the goalie. And that's Barris. So she collects. Nobody decides to play her, so she just walks it in just at the circle, takes a nice little rip, and scores the Fusion's third goal of the day. So again, quick recap. First period, nothing happened. A lot of back and forth, not a lot of shots. I think it was 8-1 or 8-0 on the shots for the first period. Second period then is where we got all of our action. There were 4 goals scored, 3 by the Fuse, 2 of which came on power plays. And the 1 goal they gave up was on a shorthanded goal. We were on a power play, just an errant pass that the puck was chipped, and they had momentum, and the girl, I think it was number 88 or 81, was able to take it down and bury it on Hannah Latham. So, again, it's been the second to the last game of the year. It's the last tournament that they play, called a JV Crush. I always mess up the name, but regardless, Couple of season stats for the JV that I pulled today. They are 26-0. And with 2 to play, so they have maintained their unbeaten streak that you've heard us talk about in our broadcasts. They have scored a whopping 123 goals for, so my public math says they have 126 goals for and 24 goals against at this point, since they've given up 1. Their power play percentage coming into the game, I mentioned earlier, was 42.4%, and they are 2 for 3 today, so that would go up a fraction. Their penalty kill, which they have avoided being in the box today, but even that is astronomical at 92.6. So, again, these are great stats, part of a program that you build, and hopefully it translates to the next level. And last but not least is face-off percentage, and they are winning a whopping 72.2% of those. And that was one where Withers got it. We just weren't able to collect and maintain possession. Don't know how they score that, but regardless, we're running about 72%. And we've got the third period started here, and that is Ronning collecting as she looks ahead. She's going to skate through all the traffic in the neutral zone, take it down deep, and she puts a shot up on a tight angle. So you have Ronning, Rutten, and Withers out there, joined by Nelson and Pellinger. Pellinger here right now. She's looking, assesses her options, and kicks it ahead to Withers. Center ice as she presses it into the goal, or into the offensive zone. Nelson reverse ice pass. Pellinger up ahead. Nice quick movements. There's one where Rutten was committed to the shift change, had tons of free ice in front of her. Could have taken it down and maybe gotten a shot off, but instead she dumps. And McKenna Schultz is there for a quick possession, and the Fusion maintain possession here in the offensive zone. So nice little wraparound attempt by Barris. And looks like the goalie's able to cover. Looked like she had a small window there briefly. All right, so how are they set up here? We've got, looks like Harvey joined by Schultz and Larson. Defending is Barris. Barris with a nice shot, and she's going to bury that off the face-off. And we will get a quick, I'm going to do the, let's see. So you're going to see the face-off here. It's going to kick to Barris right out top center, and she rips, and it goes stick side on the goalie over her shoulder. Another top corner goal. Great shot, and that brings us to a 4-1 lead. So, Kaylee Barris, again, that's exactly what you want to draw up coming off of a power play. How quickly can you score if you need one with 3 seconds to play? Win the face-off, kick to D, rip from wherever they're at for the goal. All right, back to play here. Just over 13 minutes to play. You got Addison Larimore joined by Hattie Van Ranst. They kick it ahead to Esme Harvey, and we're going to get 4 fresh skaters. First out is Lacey Knowles as she pursues the puck, and it'll be Dexheimer, Knowles, and Liliana Lansing. And you've got Audrey Gulick with Addison Larimore defending. So Gulick tries to pop it ahead, puck's deflected. Liliana Lansing trying to nugget forward with some help by Lacey Knowles. Cougars gain the zone and not able to knock the puck loose, but shot was fired up into the pads of one of the players, and the Fuse come away with it. So we kick it ahead. Again, can't quite possess through the neutral zone as 4 Fusion players swarm the one Cougar player, and this is Dexheimer who gets a slight breakaway. She's didn't have the angle, and the Cougar defenders quick to cut that off. She throws it high and around to maintain as she peels off on a long shift. And the City Cougars try to get a breakout, can't hit the first pass, and that's going to go to Larimore. Larimore reverses direction. And, all right, so this is going to come near side here to Gulick. Gulick's assessing what options she had. Nothing was really materializing to pass to, so she just bumped it ahead. And Larimore is going to come out and around, try to pick up some speed. She fires one towards the net. As two new defenders come on, it looks like, Emma Larson, joined by Reese Nelson and Danny Pellinger. A little dicey spot there. And Pellinger plays the girl out wide, and Latham's quick to cover. So 11-10 to play, 4-1 lead for the Fusion. Absolutely dominant in the shot category. Nothing too surprising there. Up front, we have Harvey, Larson, and Schultz with Nelson and Pellinger defending. So, again, face-off one. Schultz quick to collect. She goes ahead to Larson, and they just got stuck skating beside each other, but let's see if they can go to work. Schultz, good creator back there, and Larson has a great knack to find the open spot. They just have to find her. Harvey, nice little play, tries to go backhand as the goalie drifted and gets it to Larson, and Larson's pummeled, but not before getting a shot or two off. Puck squirts out near side, and that's Harvey applying some pressure. Schultz, and again, Schultz tries to center. Good defense by the Cap City Cougars. Nelson plays down. She tries to get a shot off, and Harvey shoots top slot. Larson looking to get an opportunity there. Stick coming down. Bumps to Nelson, drop pass, and we're going to cycle around. Pellinger holds his own. She's going to dump it back deep. Larson's still out there applying some pressure, allows time for Harvey and Schultz to clear. And Larson draws another penalty. Dexheimer right where you don't want a skater if you're the goalie. And we've got a delayed penalty, so we'll get an extra skater here. Going to kick it over reverse ice. There's our extra shooter, and that's Harvey, and the whistle will blow as the Cougars get possession. So, couple of good stretches of delayed penalties. Latham quick to recognize that, and she busts her butt to get off the ice and adds an extra defender. Fusion aren't able to do anything with it, but burn some time with an extra skater. And now we go on our fourth power play with 9:44 to play. Fusion win another face, but unable to possess. And we've got Cougar coming down. And again, little excitement there on the shorthanded side. Pellinger tries to bump it ahead. And fighting right in front of us here. Gulick comes away with it. And looking to get things set up. Gulick's going to take it in. And Withers picks up a loose puck. And again, we're a little out of sorts with who's covering what on this power play. They just need to regroup. So we burned about 35 seconds of this initial time. And we're going to peel 3 players and try this again. Try to capitalize on a power play. So coming out onto the ice is Barris and Larson. Good poke check there by Gulick to keep the puck in the zone. Puck straight up. Larson quick to collect. Centering pass, nobody home. And Cap City tries to clear. Comes out to Gulick as we get back onside. And Larson quick to pursue. Now we're going to try to get set up with 45 seconds in the power play. And we've got the normal PP1 line out there, which is Harvey, flanked by Larson and Barris. Back behind is Van Ranst and Dexheimer. And again, got a positive. Oh, nice misplayed there by the Cap Cougars. Harvey can't get a shot to go. Deflected nicely up and over the net by the defender. 16 to play. Great shot there by Dexheimer from the point. Attempted deflection. Held there nicely by Van Ranst. 8 to play. Shot goes wide by Larson. Puck pushed back down to Harvey as she assesses, and we are full strength. Harvey comes out front. Again, nice little open look. Larson was sitting on the backside. That is open a lot. Once they start seeing that, tons of opportunity. And again, I'm never too critical because I know how fast this happens on the ice. And you see things from up here where it's really easy, but in film, you'll see that back door, if you will, like right now, if you're looking at the net, wide open if you could just get a player to attack that crease. All right, so you got Nelson. She's going to wind up for a big slap shot, connects on it, puts it on net. Knowles to pursue. She tries to bump it out to Nelson, and everything worked out. Nelson gets another look, tries to collect, and puts it on net. So with 6:50 to play, couple of scramble shots there. We have a different set of skaters out. So it looks like Withers, flanked by Knowles and Lansing. So that tells me they have some odd number of girls and not set lines. So the forwards are rotating. It looks like we have 3 sets of D. So you have Nelson Pellinger out there right now. So they're going to kick to Pellinger. Nelson. She dumps it back down deep to Knowles. And Withers, well, Cougars dump it back into our zone. Got Lansing in pursuit, just reading. And with a 3-goal lead, this is about the time we'll see. The read is usually, nice work there by Pellinger. Pellinger fires one, and it is gloved by the Cougar goalie. All right, that brings, with 6:20 to play, 5 new skaters out. So we have the Barris Van Ranst line up front. I can't see numbers the way they're sitting. So Dexheimer, Rutten, and Ronning are out there. Oh, nice little flip there by Barris. She gets some clear space. All righty. So we're going to try this again. Puck down. Cougars win the face-off and send it deep, and that will be an icing, and we'll get to wash, rinse, and repeat for face-off on the same side. Again, this is day 2 of the JV. JV Clash 2026. Some fun facts on this. If you didn't catch them yesterday, I'll wait till next play stoppage as the Cougars try to navigate this out of their zone, and the puck goes tumbling. That's going to get on Latham. She's going to glove it, and we're just going to do this face-off on the other end of the ice. So back to the JV Clash, something that the Fusion started. This is the 13th year, so working that backwards. We're 2013, and the idea came up just like varsity gets to do playoffs, and they get to have a little postseason. And Coach Cranston and John Zievenberger were really hoping to do something for the JV, and he said, all right, we'll do something if you put something together. And John took it and ran with it. Here we are, 13th year. That first year had four teams from this western Wisconsin area, and we are up to 9 teams. So this is kind of a round robin mix. I wouldn't go full round robin, but every team gets 3 games, and they duke it out. And something we're going to do with Hayward is a flow where the girls do their warm-ups with their hair down. So that'll be fun. That's a 6:30 game later tonight. And it'll be the 3rd time we play Hayward in, I think, 2 weeks. So girls will get to know each other if they don't already when you play that many times. So bringing us back to hockey, we have Harvey tries to bump it up there to Larimore, unable to handle it at the blue line, but a good hustle play, back check. Nothing materializes. So Cap City trying to bring something into the zone, and again forced to take a long shot. Latham's played really good. She's faced a small handful of shots, but she has been semi-active in how this is played out. Had the one breakaway. That was the one goal that was let in, and it was a good shot. What do you do? So anyway, Withers pushes one deep, and we're going to get 3 new skaters. Nelson comes on for Larimore as Cougars try to transition, but the back check of the Fusion is effective enough that we disrupt any kind of breakout and transition. Withers dumps deep as she peels off. Rutten in pursuit, so Lansing and Withers clear. Coming on for them is Knowles and Dexheimer, so up front there is Rutten. Throws a long shot on net, follows her shot. Dexheimer collects, and they send it up near side here. Pellinger's reading the situation. Puck's going to go opposite side. Nelson collects. She sends it deep, gets it into the zone, and tries it again, pushes it down deep. This time it gets a clear space, and same type of pass. Going up, Nelson is going to collect. She reads, bumps it back to where she had forwards retreating, and we're back into the neutral zone. So again, 3 minutes to play here. It has been solid team defense as we see it for the Fusion, which has been a character trait of this team all year. They always say offense wins games, defense wins championships. They don't have championships at this level, but a 26-0 record, soon to be 27-0, kind of indicative of just the whole team approach that they bring to this. All right, so you've got Larson and Harvey scrapping in the near side corner, collected by Schultz. Schultz tries centering, and so close there. Harvey got a stick on it to slow it down. All right, so that's Harvey back behind the net, looking for somebody. She drops to Schultz. Schultz looking for a wraparound. Dumps it to, who is that came down from their defensive post? Barris. Barris said, hey, I want some of the fun down there moving the puck around the net. She dropped in, and Larson dropped to her. Nothing materialized. So that line of forwards hops off with 2:07 to play. This will be the Withers, Lansing, and Knowles line. Oh, look at that. That is the second face-off score of the day, and that is puck drops, hits Lansing. Lansing just rips on net and finds a small window to score. And let's take a look at this. I'm not sure if this is going to stay. So here's the face-off, and it comes to Lansing. She fires, and it just sneaks in right under the goalie's pads. I don't know what we're talking about down there right now because, again, if you watch the replay, we're going to hit that one more time so you can see it at home. There is no funny business other than drop puck, shoot, puck goes in. Moving on, next page. Yeah, so there was some questions. Well, no, they did not count the goal. All right. I'm curious to hear the aftermath of that. I'll see what I can dig up from the coaches. And we're back to hockey action. So 4-1. Lansing's goal is wiped. So Barris is coming up near side. She's going to gain the zone. The head of steam. She's going to turn the corner, rips straight into the goalie's chest. Good rebound. Withers collects. She fires from the point. She's covering for Barris in that case. Normally she's playing center. She's looking, so she's going to pick up her options, take a look. And she's going to gain the zone, cuts back, and can't quite control it on the cutback, if you will. And puck comes out to neutral zone. Van Rance back to Barris. 1:10 to play. Ahead to Lansing. And Rutten collects. She's going to give it back to the defense, get some breathing room as we bring it back to the neutral zone. Roning's going to seize the opportunity. No Cougar player wanted that, really. Rutten can't quite find a handle as she pirouettes and swipes at it. Now Van Ranst is going to take it down deep. Back behind the net, looking to center. Nothing doing, and it gets deflected around the boards as the Cougars collect in the neutral zone. Again, there's just been great defense by the Fuse. The Cougars are unable to get much to materialize for scoring opportunities. And even here, you got 5 skaters back with 2 girls trying to advance. So works both ways. If you've got an offensive team, you play a little, give a little more cushion on D, which affects your offense. And then every time they cross the blue line, it's just a swarm of Fusion players. So kind of demoralizing on some level, but also, again, team defense. 4 to play here. Larson's going to get one last time. Oh, ooh. You never like to see that. Let's make sure she hops up. And she's just like, man, did I really need to do that with 4 to play? But that's Emma Larson. She's going full throttle. She had a lane to the net. She's going to try to get a shot off, but looks like she's okay. We got a smile out there, so we're going to line up, shake hands, and we're going to work through our technical difficulties, folks. The next game is scheduled for 6:30. Same bat channel, same bat time or place here through YouTube. That's set up, so hopefully we will be ready to go. Again, we got all set up. I was setting good, and we couldn't get connected, so that affected a whole lot of stuff on the backside. But hopefully you were able to get 2 periods of action, and from there we'll shut her down. Fusion, again, come back at 6:30 tonight against Hayward. We're going to start the stream a little bit early once they take the ice to do warm-ups, because that is the flow. It's National Flow Day, or said differently, the Hayward coach, skaters, and the Fusion coaches. It will be hair down warm-ups from the sound of things, so always curious to see what that looks like. Quick bear here out, and we are going to sign off and say good day, and we'll see you back in a few hours.